Hi everyone, welcome to Easy Economics. In this video, we'll be taking up the topic Controller of Credit as a function of commercial bank, which forms part of the Unit 2 Money and Banking Macroeconomics. Today, credit control is considered as the most crucial and important function of a central bank. In case of India, it is the RBI. The central bank regulates and controls the volume and direction of credit by using quantitative as well as qualitative controls. Quantitative controls. These are the measures which work through influencing the demand and supply of the credit in the economy. The measures undertaken in this type of control are bank rate policy, open market operations, variable reserve ratio also known as legal reserve ratio, repo rate, etc. Then are the qualitative controls, which are designed to regulate the flow of credit in specific or directional uses. That is, in this type of control, RBI manages the flow of credit and not the credit itself. Some of the qualitative control measures are margin requirements, regulation of consumer credit, credit rationing, direct action by RBI, etc. Now let's take up the quantitative methods first. First is the bank rate policy. Bank rate is defined as the standard rate at which the central bank lends funds to commercial bank. These funds are given for purchasing or rediscounting of the bills of exchange or other commercial purposes. Now, how we will control money supply through it? Whenever the bank rate increases, commercial banks will borrow less money from the RBI. This will in turn reduce their loan giving power to the public. This is how the money supply will be controlled. That is, whenever the bank rate will rise, it will reduce the money supply in the economy, and whenever the bank rate will fall, it will tend to increase the money supply in the economy, as it will give more power to commercial banks to borrow more money from RBI and thereby giving more money to the public for loans. Open market operations. As we all know that market is a place where buying and selling of commodities take place. Thus, open market operations refers to direct purchase or sale of a variety of assets such as foreign exchange, gold, government securities by the bank, by the RBI on behalf of the government. Now, if the RBI wants to control the money supply, that is, it wants to reduce the money supply in the economy, it will start selling the securities of the government. This will impede the people to buy securities from RBI, thereby reducing their purchasing power. On the contrary, if the RBI or the central bank wants to increase the money supply in the economy, it will start purchasing back the already sold securities from the public and banks. This will increase the money supply in the economy as RBI will pay them money for these securities. The third quantitative measure is legal reserve ratio. All commercial banks must comply with the instructions of the central bank regarding maintaining reserves with RBI and with themselves. Now let us first understand the two components of legal reserve ratio, that is LRR. First is cash reserve ratio. As per CRR, all commercial banks are required to keep a certain proportion of their demand and time deposits with the central bank. Next is statutory liquidity ratio SLR. As per SLR, the commercial banks are required to maintain with themselves a certain proportion of their total deposits in the form of assets or securities. Now, in order to reduce the money supply in the economy, RBI, that is the central bank, will increase LRR, either or both of CRR or SLR. It will reduce the loan giving capacity of the commercial banks. On the other hand, in order to increase the money supply, LRR will be reduced by RBI so that the loan giving capacity of commercial banks is increased. Fourth measure is repo rate. Repo rate is the rate at which the central bank lends money to commercial banks for very short term. A point need to be noted that there is a difference between repo rate and bank rate. Repo rate is a rate of lending for a very short term, which may be for very few days as well. Again, in order to reduce the money supply, RBI will be bound to increase the repo rate so that commercial banks borrow less money from RBI and therefore lend further less money to the public and other people. On the other hand, in order to increase the money supply, RBI will reduce the repo rate, thereby increasing the capacity of the banks to borrow more money and giving more loans to the public. One more component needs to be discussed under this, that a reverse repo rate also exists. Sometimes there could be a situation that commercial banks have much of a deposits which are unutilized. In such a case, commercial banks can deposit these extra amount with the central bank for a some amount of interest. This rate of interest is known as reverse repo rate. Here also, in order to decrease the money supply, RBI will be bound to increase the reverse repo rate so that commercial banks deposit their money with RBI and do not give further loans. On the other hand, in order to increase the money supply, RBI will discourage these deposits with themselves and reduce the reverse repo rate so that banks do not deposit money with them and give more money to the public at large through loans. Now let us discuss the qualitative control measures. First is the margin requirements. Margin means the difference between the value of security and the loan advanced by the bank. Suppose you give your house papers to bank and ask them for loan worth rupees 1 crore rupees, the bank will not give you the loan of 1 crore, rather will deduct certain amount from the security. That is, if it gives rupees 80 lakh rupees as loan, it means that 20 lakh has been kept as margin by the bank. To reduce the money supply, margin requirements will be increased. That is, banks will be giving less amount of loan for a higher valued security. On the other hand, to increase the money supply, margin requirements will be lightened. That is, for a higher value security, more loans will be given by the banks. Regulation of consumer credit. Whenever there is an inflationary situation, the central bank may direct the commercial banks not to grant loans and advances to consumers. Similarly, under deflationary situations, the central bank may adopt a lenient policy and ask commercial banks to give more loans to the consumers. Credit rationing. Rationing means the concept through which minimum resources are utilized in the best possible manner. Under this, central bank may fix the maximum amount of ceiling that could be given as loans and advances by the commercial banks. Also, central bank may direct the commercial banks to give loans and advances only to certain specified sectors. The last type of control that a central bank may practice is direct action, which refers to all the controls and directions which a central bank may enforce on commercial banks to regulate their lending and investment. Under this, central bank may refuse to give loans to commercial banks. It may also impose penalties on commercial banks for not obeying their instructions. For more videos, please follow